welcome to Creativity Time. My name is Tatiana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. I haven't done a live in a few weeks because I was preparing for my crafting retreat, but I'm back. The retreat went really well. I'm still exhausted from it all, but really thrilled. Anyhow, enough about that. Today I am going to create a card using the colours for the Colour INKspiration challenge. I'm a crew team member and I thought it'd be fun to create the project live. So the colours this fortnight. Hello Tanya. Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Tahitian Tide and Highland Heather. So let's flip to the table. And here I've got my ink pads all out and I've got a piece of fluid 100 paper and we're going to create a watercolour background using these colours. So hold on, I'm going to keep them in not quite rainbow order but like some sort of order. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the ink pad back and I'm going to press on the back of it so that I've picked up some ink. And I'm going to do that to each of the colours. Yep, that's the back. So this is Granny Apple Green. Just slightly pushing the pads down so that there's balance. So now Tahitian Tide. And Highland Heather. I might grab a little bit more of the Highland Heather. There we go. So I've got my camera really low down today, so there. And then I'm going to use the water painters and I'll also use a heat tool. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight, adding a lot of water and watering it down. And this is one of my favorite watercoloring technique, I guess you could say. I shared this at the retreat. Oh, where's my heat tool? There it is. And I've done it before on videos. So now I'm going to heat set that. I know it's pale. I like to start with pale colours and then you can build up. But you start drying it and then you kind of dry a section. So I'm concentrating on this section down here. And then as it dries, the water no longer can drip down there. So you start kind of dripping it down and it creates some nice lines of colour. This is probably hard to see because I've started with the pale yellow, but I think you'll see the picture. So I'm just going to dry that. You can see I've leant it. Oh, there we go. Got to stay on camera. Oh, getting hot. There we go. And you can just see there's a bit of a line forming there. There we go. Oh. There, you can just see a line forming where the colour is setting. Turn off. And I like to work with each colour one at a time. Actually, that one's kind of like a purpley brush. I'll leave that for the purple. One's got sort of blue, so let's use this one. Again, oh, that's got a bit of pink in there. So I'm just going to grab a chamois until the water jumps clear. Dilute the Granny Apple Green and do the same thing. Deckled rectangle dies and we're going to cut out a rectangle with our beautiful background. Oops, probably should flip the die the right way around. I think that frames that bit quite nicely, doesn't it? Before we do that, let's take a wink of Stella and this one's not running. Let's try this one. go. And splatter. A bit of Wink of Stella. There we go. Fabulous. Just to give, can you see that? Spots of shine, and there's lots of little dots as well. I'm hoping you can pick that up on the camera. But I am thinking an Easter card. So these are beautiful Easter kind of colours. They've become pastel-y, haven't they? In fact, we can't even see the Tahitian tide. Let's move that up a bit so we can pick up a bit of the Tahitian tide. You know, because it is a colour challenge, so you want to have the colour in there. Just using a little bit of a post-it note tape to hold my die in place. Down here. And we'll have to grab big bay leaf. Otherwise it won't fit through the little one. Go, run that through. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So pretty. Well, now what colour? I'm thinking probably Highland Heather for the card base. Or shall we try, what was it, Tahitian Tide? It's not quite a card base. Actually, that looks really good. Let's bring in the Tahitian Tide. So cut that up. Oh, away. 10.5. And then score at 14.5. Burnish that color. That will go there. Very cute. And we're going to bring in a bunny. So we're going to bring in the Easter Bunny bundle, which I can't use the stamp set. But I'm thinking keeping the bunny simple by keeping it black and white. We're going to use this bunny just because that one coordinates with the punch. So if we put that right there. Perfect. There's a bit of basic white. Let's see. No, that's not gonna. Oh, there's a nice scrap of basic white. And we'll need the punch. That's my bunny punch. And memento. Bunny, stamp it there. Perfect. Now we can punch out. That'll pop nicely on that background. If we lift that up a little bit, there'll be space to put the sentiment, which we can do the Happy Easter one. Put it right down there. And let's do that in memento so it really stands out. It would be nice in Tahitian Tide as well, but Happy Easter. There. Ooh, And before I start sticking down, I am going to grab the framed florets dies because, oh, actually, no. Changed my mind. Let's do it a little bit simpler. Let's bring in another punch. And some vellum. That's a nice piece of vellum. Just to bring some greenery, per se. So I'm going to punch out from the vellum. This is the bro punch. I can't actually pronounce that word. Do apologize. Broths. Let's get another one. I need to get a new piece of vellum. All the rest are too small. So the vellum is just got that nice soft texture. Don't know how many we'll need, so thought I'd punch it out. Okay, and let's put our watercolor panel on dimensionals. There we go. And with this kind of stuff, I prefer to put quite a few extras. That way I know it's not going to sag in the mail. There we go. And then Bunny will go right here. Yep. Just with a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. And what we could do is take our Wink of Style brush and use it inside the ear, on the bunny tail, and on its chest there. So that's just a little bit of glitter and shine. It's very subtle. I don't even know if the camera's particularly picking it up. I mean, I can see the shine. Yeah, it is. Just to give that bunny a little bit of detail without giving it detail, if you know what I mean. And then we'll take our vellum bits, kind of, oh, I like that. I like them kind of sticking out from behind. What do we think? I was thinking behind the bunny initially. So I kind of stuck it down. Yeah, let's go behind our panel. Maybe let's use the smaller ones. No, I like the bigger ones better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rip that bit off because it was just that little bit too long. And now I'm going to get some glue dots. Let's see, there's a glue dot right here. Slide that, and I'm just going to hide the glue dot under there. So again, ripping that one. And a tuck. Oh, getting stuck to the glue dots. Ah! Putting that up. And I know it's hanging off the edge. We can always trim them. Sometimes I leave them. One glue dot here, up here, excellent. And then shorten that one. Let's see, yeah, that'll look good. So that one didn't actually need shortening. That seemed to slip in. So just work one at a time. Perfect. And just always take a moment too. So I'm pausing every so often just to really look at the card and see where else could I add bits. And what else can I do, or if it's enough. I like the layering of the vellum. And oh yes, I did want one up here, didn't I? Yeah. Let's shorten that one as well. By shortening, I don't have to tuck as much in. Its companion. There we go. Very cute. And I think we do need just that little bit more bling with, here they are, with some iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, because honestly they make every project better. Take your pick tool. I'm going to take a big one, a medium one, and a small one. Oh, small one's flipping a bit. And then medium over here, a small one just there. Awesome. Just a little bit of bling, and then let's not forget the inside of the card. Where did they go? I have inserts pre-cut. And what we're going to do is use some of our scrap here. It's going to cut that bit off, trim that off, and use that in our inside, because it's such a pretty watercolouring that we don't want to waste it. I don't know why I just rotated it. There's no rhyme or logic there. So we can add that. What I'm going to do is glue that in and then trim it off so that I can pick what part of it gets used. And if you flip it to the back, you'll be able to see where to trim it off. I do have glue there, so I'll need to make sure I wipe my paper snips. Look at that, I have a cloth all handy. To get some glue on my table, this is why you should use the grid paper. But anyway. And then just for something different, I'm going to add that, because normally I would keep that on the right hand side, but you know, mixing it up a bit. And there. And there we go. There's my Easter Bunny card using the, I think it's 138. So Colour Inspiration Challenge 138 colours. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learnt something new. It's a fun, different way. It's like creating your own designer series paper, and it will be unique every single time. And it's so much fun. And it's an excuse to get inky and dirty. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.